Good morning, second grade. Today I assigned reading the Great Ball Game and filling out page 47 in your practice book. And since we normally do this in the classroom, I thought we could do it today over video. So we're going to read the story together and we're going to fill out the practice book together, and I'll show you, like I would do on the board, I'll show you what we're doing. So turn to page 91 in your reading book. It's the Great Ball Game, a Muskogee story. So this is a folk tale explaining how things happen in nature. This is how they explained it to their people before they knew exactly how it happened with science. So the thing I love about this story is the pictures are all made with paper. So the person, the artist who did the illustration, Susan L. Roth, made all the pictures with paper, with different paper from different places around the world. And I think it's great. I love it. So here we go. Great Ball Game. So long ago, the birds and animals had a great argument. Now you looked up argument. What does argument mean? Right, argument means a disagreement, maybe a verbal fight, something like that. "We who have wings are better than you," said the birds. "That is not so," the animals replied. "We who have teeth are better." The two sides argued back and forth. Their quarrel went on and on until it seemed they would go to war because of it. So quarrel is another one of our vocabulary words, and by coincidence, it means the same thing as argument. So it's a disagreement. So on page 47, it says to look on page 92, and the birds and animals have a big what? That's right, a big argument. So that you're going to put argument in the what happens. And so because this is about cause and effect, why does this happen? Why do they have a big argument? That's right, they think they're better than each other. Okay, because they think they are better than each other. They have an argument because they think they're better than each other. Okay, let's move on. Our next clue is on page 94. Then Crane, the leader of the birds, and Bear, the leader of the animals, had an idea. "Let us have a ball game," Crane said. "The first side to score a goal will win the argument." So how are they going to win the argument? They decide to have a what? That's right, they decide to have a ball game, which is going to fit right here. Have a ball game. And why are they having this ball game? Because they want to settle the argument. Very good. Because they want to settle the argument. Okay, let's move on. Just lost the page. Sorry. "This is good," said Bear. "The side that loses will have to accept the penalty given by the other side." Well, accept means to agree. Penalty is a punishment. Kind of like when they play hockey, they go in the penalty box because they're being punished for making a foul. So they walked and flew to a field, and there they divided up into two teams. On one side went all those who had wings. They were the birds. On the other side went those with teeth. They were the animals. So what does the winning side get to do? Right, they get to settle the penalty. They get to set the penalty. They get to tell the losing side what they have to do. I don't know if any of you have done that with your brothers or sisters. I used to. So you have an argument, you challenge them to something, and the winner gets to set what the other one has to do for them. So, page 96. But when the teams were formed, one creature was left out. He had wings and teeth. Sorry, Bat. He had wings and teeth. He flew back and forth between the two sides. So, let's move to our practice book page again. And it says, blank is left out of the game. Who is left out of the game? That's right, Bat is left out of the game. And why is Bat left out of the game? Why did this happen? Because Bat has both teeth and wings. Very good. You guys are so smart. So this is what you should have. Bat was left out of the game. Bat has both teeth and wings. Okay, let's move on. Page 97. First, he went to the animals. I have teeth, he said. I must be on your side. But Bear shook his head. It would not be fair. He said, you have wings. You must be a bird. So Bat flew to the other side. Take me, he said to the birds, for you see I have wings. But the birds laughed at him. You're too little to help us. We don't want you, they jeered. So jeered, that's kind of a new word, right? Jeered means to make fun of. They laughed at him because he thought he was so small and he thought he could help. And they're like, you can't help us. You're way too small. So what can you tell about the birds from their behavior? That's right. They're not very nice. They laughed at Bat. And they didn't think he could do anything because he was way too small. Not very nice, is it? Then Bat went back to the animals. Please let me join your team, he begged. The birds laughed at me and would not accept me. So Bear took pity on little Bat. What does pity mean? That's kind of a new word too, isn't it? It means to feel sorry for. You are not very big, said Bear, but sometimes even the small ones can help. We will accept you as an animal, but you must hold back and let the bigger animals play first. So how does the author show that Bear is a kind animal? That's right, he lets Bat play, but there's conditions, aren't there? Because he has to let the bigger animals play first, and then if there's room or time, then Bat can play. So Bat is now on the animals team. So things are looking up for Bat, aren't they? He's actually accepted. Hopefully he gets to play. Page 100. 2 poles were set up as the goalposts at each end of the field. Then the game began. Each team played hard. On the animals' side, Fox and Deer were swift runners, and Bear cleared the way for them as they played. Crane and Hawk, though, were even swifter, and they stole the ball each time before the animals could reach their goal. I mean, look at these pictures. Aren't they awesome? I just love the pictures. Soon it became clear that the birds had the advantage. What does that mean? That's another one of our vocabulary words. That means that they've got something up on them, right? They have the edge. Probably because they have wings and they can fly. Whenever they got the ball, they would fly up into the air and the animals could not reach them. The animals guarded their goal well, but they grew tired as the sun began to set. So they protected their goal, but it was really hard with those birds flying around. Just as the sun sank below the horizon, Crane took the ball and flew toward the poles. Remember, horizon is where the land and the sky meet. Right? We talked about that in, I believe, Going Around the Pond with Cammie. Bear tried to stop, but stumbled in the dim light and fell. It seemed as if the birds would surely win. So dim means really low light. So that means the sun's going down, right? And you've seen it when the sun is about to set and the stars aren't quite out yet and the moon's not bright yet. And it gets that kind of weird shadowy look. That's where they're playing at right now. Suddenly, a small dark shape flew into the field and stole the ball from Crane just as he was about to reach the poles. It was Bat. He darted from side to side across the field, for he did not need light to find his way. None of the birds could catch him or block him. Look at these wonderful pictures. Aren't those great? So, how does this illustrator let us know that something has changed? Can we see the clear pictures of the birds and Bat, or do we just see the shadows? We just see the shadows because it would look like it would if we were in dusk too, right? If we were playing around at dusk time, we would just see the shadows of our friends that we were playing with. So why is Bat able to move across the field easily, though Bear stumbles and falls? Does anybody know? Well, because Bat doesn't need light to find his way. Do you know why Bat doesn't need light to find his way? Extra credit point for anyone who can message me and let me know why Bat does not need light to find his way. Got you there, didn't I? Okay. Page 106. Holding the ball, he flew right between the poles at the other end. The animals had won. Right? So when Bat gets the ball, Bat could help either side win. Why does the author have Bat help the animals win and not the birds? Well, yeah, because he was on the animals team. The animals were nice, right? Birds were not nice to him. The birds made fun of him. So let's go back to our practice book page. Okay. And it says the Bat wins the game for who? Animals. Bat wins the game for the animals. And why does this happen? How does he win the game? Why is Bat able to win the game and the other animals aren't? Because Bat can fly in the dark. Bat can see in the dark. He can fly in the dark. So it should look like that. Okay. This is how Bat came to be accepted as an animal. He was allowed to set the penalty for the birds. You birds, said Bat, must leave this land for half of each year. So how do the animals feel about Bat now? They accepted him as one of the animals, didn't they? And what privilege do the animals give Bat? They let him set the penalty, right? And he says, you birds are out of here for 6 months out of the year, for half of each year. Turn the page. So it is that birds fly south each winter, and every day at dusk, Bat still comes flying to see if the animals need him to play ball. Okay, so let's finish up our last two. Page 108, it says, birds fly blank each winter. Where do they fly to? South each winter. And according to the story, why does this happen? Not in real life why this happens, but according to the story, why does this happen? Well, it happens because Bat gives the penalty, right? Bat makes the penalty. Bat makes this the penalty. Okay, so you should have that. And one last one. Bat comes flying every day at when? according to the story, why does Bat come flying every day at dusk? To see if the animals need him to play ball. So Bat wants to know if the animals want to play ball. And it should look like this. I hope this helps. Like I said, we would normally do this in the classroom anyway, so I thought might as well do it on a video to help you out. It was nice seeing you all yesterday, and hope to see you real soon. Have a good day.